Hello, guys, and welcome back to yet another session in our SBL series. We'll be discussing a very critical concept today. Critical because it is tested in every paper. Not critical because it's tough, that's not the reason, but because it's tested in every paper. This is something, that I would want to touch upon today. So let's start with our discussion of e-businesses. Okay. Now, when we talk about e-businesses, the idea is that, see, the first thing you will visualize is you will think of an Amazon or a Flipkart, right? But that's just one piece of the puzzle. E-business is not just about online sales, it's about how technology transforms the entire way an organization works. From how it markets something to how it sells it to how it manages people and how it interacts with customers. So in this session, what we are going to do is we'll go through the whole concept of e-business. We'll understand its evolution, models, infra, marketing dynamics, and the strategic challenges that leaders face. And of course, everything will be connected back to the exam and what kind of questions can be tested in the paper. Now, let's clear one misconception first. How the common man does not know the difference between sales and marketing. He thinks it's one and the same. In fact, I have heard some very stupid people also say, when they are going for shopping, I have heard them say, I'm going for marketing. I mean, nothing could be dumber than that, right? But let's face it, people often get confused between two terms, e-business and e-commerce. So many of us tend to think that e-business and e-commerce can be used interchangeably, but that's not the case. E-commerce is specifically buying and selling of goods or services online. E-business is the entire digital transformation of business. So when Amazon sells you a phone, that's e-commerce. But when Amazon uses analytics to predict demand, integrates its supply chain using cloud technology, runs customer service through chatbots and collects feedback for R&D, that is e-business. Think of it this way. E-commerce is the tip of the iceberg, while e-business is the entire ecosystem below the surface. Logistics, marketing, payments, procurement, HR, data management, everything. Like in India, Reliance Retail is not just running JioMart as an e-commerce platform. It is linking telecom, retail, entertainment, and payments under one digital network. That is e-business transformation at a national scale. Now, the concept of e-business has evolved over the last 1 decade. And see, it's not something that has happened overnight. But the last decade, in my opinion, has been a game changer, specifically the last 5 to 6 years because of COVID. In the 1990s, companies like Dell and Cisco, they used internet mainly for B2B transactions, automating purchase orders and supplier connections. Then came B2C e-commerce with pioneers like Amazon and eBay selling directly to customers. In India, we had our very own Flipkart. Fast forward to 2000, mobile internet took over, giving rise to mobile apps, payments, and social commerce. I mean, everything is different now. And who was the game changer? COVID. The pandemic forced even traditional industries, bakeries, bookstores, coaching institutes. I mean, I have gone online almost overnight. We saw Byju's become a household name because education shifted online. We saw Zomato and Swiggy becoming lifelines when restaurants shut down. So the evolution of e-business has three phases: automation, expansion, and integration. Automation started it, expansion made it mainstream, and integration is, linking everything from factory to customer, and it defines the era in which we live now. Right. Now, the drivers of e-business, what has been instrumental in making e-business, prevalent in the world around us. There are three key drivers, so to say. The first one is the digital infrastructure. I remember it was the year 2016, 2017. At that time, Geo was like this new kid on the block, and it was literally offering everything for free. Back in the day when, I was in school in 12th and, all of those days, we didn't even have access to internet that much. And, I had relatives in the US, like all of us have relatives in the US. And the way they would speak is, that their internet works around the clock. It never shuts down. And for us, we had those old typical Android phones and, we would have like a data pack, like a 1 GB data pack for some, I don't know, 300 rupees, something like this. And 1 GB for 300 rupees. We would use it for the entire month and we would still conserve out of it, because we were always scared of running out of data. Cut to 2016, 2017, Reliance started offering everything. Geo started offering internet literally for free. I mean, come to think about it. And costs were slashed. Rural India was online. I mean, all those trending reels made by people in the most random parts of the world. And the comment section there is very funny. They often say, take the internet back, but stop this drama that is happening online. Well, you get both. You get the good as well as the not so interesting part with it. But the fact remains that Geo revolutionized data connectivity in India, and we have 900 million internet users now. We don't have those many taxpayers, we don't have those many literate people, but we have those many users, by the way. And of course, convenience. Uh, it has made everything so connected. I mean, I don't remember the last time I stepped out for, buying groceries or for buying vegetables. I Zepto it. I mean, that has become a verb, right? To Zepto something. Nobody would have thought of it as a verb, but that convenience has, of course, led to growth of e-commerce. One click and everything's there. That's become a lifestyle. And of course, pandemic brought about a complete behavioral shift. I have grandmothers who are online right now, and that's how they do stuff. I mean, they know better about certain apps than I do. And most important, trust. Platforms invested heavily in reliable delivery, transparent reviews, easy refunds, and that built long-term consumer confidence. See, in your SBL exam, you will have to connect these drivers through, of course, pestle analysis, technological, social, economic, and all of these aspects. So naturally, the answer will have to be a little more comprehensive. Now, when it comes to e-businesses, digital transformation also shaped how organizations are structured. The traditional hierarchies, the long chains of command, people realize that they slowed down innovation. So e-business thrives on agility, collaboration, and decentralization. Agility is ability to quickly adapt to circumstances and make quick decisions instead of waiting for, that one final call from the leader or one final call from someone up there. Infosys, for example, it moved out of its rigid departmental structures to cross-functional digital pods, where a designer, coder, marketer, and analyst work together to deliver solutions. Google and Netflix also pretty much have operated in the same way. Small empowered teams make fast decisions. Even Indian giants like HDFC Bank have created internal innovation labs with startup style culture. I mean, I'm yet to see that. Whenever I go to an HDFC Bank branch, and it's not that very often that I visit, but I still feel, that these banks are stuck in time. Maybe there are digital innovation centers that I'm not aware of. So, when they ask you about designing structures for a digital strategy, you will have to mention that with the advent of e-businesses, the structures have become flatter. There are cross-functional structures that enable rapid decision making and learning. Okay, so with the with evolving concept of business models, I think the approach is changing. Let's move to the next big question. How do e-businesses actually make money? See, that's where the business models come in. A business model basically helps you to describe how is value created, delivered, and captured. In the digital world, these models have exploded. Companies earn not just by selling products, but by collecting data, by running ads, or by connecting others. And in your SBL exam, you will have quite a few situations, where you will think of completely offbeat businesses. I mean, I was surprised to know that the slides that I use for my sessions, I haven't started using it for all the papers, but the slides that I use for my sessions, these slides can be created at the drop of a hat. All I need to do is I need to fill in the data and it will generate beautiful slides for me to use in a classroom. So there is a business model. There is a subscription plan. I pay 400 rupees a month and it gets delivered to my email ID. I can download it immediately. So things have changed. You could have earlier you would have to spend thousands of rupees or lakhs of rupees every month to get PPTs in place. Now all you have to do is select a format and it's done. It's that easy. Now, there are three models, that pretty much are the starting point of understanding how e-businesses work. The first one is the brokerage model. These companies act as middlemen, connecting buyers and sellers and take a commission on every transaction. Policy Bazaar, 99 Acres, Urban Company, which by the way went for an IPO. They don't produce goods, they just connect the buyer and the seller, people who need stuff, people who are willing to sell stuff. And globally, there's Airbnb, there is Uber, that's the brokerage model. Then there is the advertising model. Revenue comes from selling attention. Think of YouTube, Insta, Money Control. They give content for free but charge advertisers for visibility. I am dying, literally, to ensure that I get those specific number of watch hours because only then my channel will start paying me in a certain way. Like, see, that way even the newspapers are doing it. I mean, Beach May, I opened Times of India, and for the first four pages, I only had ads because I think Times of India is also aware that nobody reads news, nobody's interested in news, so they are only putting ads there. And on YouTube and all, play a video if you don't have a premium subscription, you will only keep on seeing ads. Sometimes, I'm tempted to press on an ad or click on an ad because I'm like, after this, maybe you will stop showing me the same thing again and again. That's the advertising model. And then there is the infomediary model. Firms collect and analyze data to help others market better. So the intermediary model is, where they collect data for you and they sell the data for you to go through, right? And Nielsen, Kantar, Red Seer Consulting, they monetize insights. They will keep a track of what I click on, how I click on. They will sell it to the right people so that they can do focused advertising with me, right? Then you have the merchant model, classic online retail, big basket, Reliance Digital, Amazon. They own inventory and they sell directly to customers. They control the whole experience, but they also carry inventory risk. That's a problem you have to live with. Then the manufacturer direct kind of a model. Companies, producers skip the distributors and sell straight to you. Like Dell pioneered it globally, and in India, Boat and Mama Earth are great examples. They use social media to talk directly to customers, own the relationship, and improve margins. They cut out so many, links in between. And then, of course, you have the affiliate model. Websites or influencers earn a commission when their referral leads to a sale. If you have ever shopped through Cash Karo like links or influencers Amazon recommendation, that's affiliate marketing. So they tell you that if you put my code, you will get a 10% discount, and then a part of that goes to them. So that's exactly how the affiliate model works. Then there are service based models. You have a community model where users create and consume content. Wikipedia is the purest example, and they keep on asking you, please contribute, and they ask you to contribute money as well. An academy, for example, it's an online platform. It fosters student teacher communities where learners engage in live chats and share notes. Then you have the subscription model, where you pay periodically for continued access. This dominates digital entertainment and education. Netflix, Disney Hotstar, the e-newspapers, premium learning plans with various education providers. Then you have the utility model, pay as you grow. Cloud services like AWS or mobile recharges work on usage-based pricing. And these models, they reflect different customer expectations. Some want ownership, some prefer access, and they match the model to customer behavior and the firm's risk appetite. Now, when you think of an e-business, see behind the scenes, all e-businesses rely on a strong technology backbone, something that ChatGPT cannot help you to do. You need real coders to do that. It includes servers, payment gateways, logistics systems, and databases that ensure seamless service. See, think of it as the plumbing of digital business, invisible behind the walls, but essential. If infra fails, then the brand suffers immediately. Remember, there was this Flipkart Big Billion Day sale when the servers crashed and customers went crazy. In today's social media age, they will start bad mouthing you on all the social media platforms almost immediately. And the reputation or the credibility that you have built over years will be destroyed in minutes before you even know it. Now, the e-business infrastructure basically works with a five-layer model. Now, what are these five layers? Let's understand. The first one is the e-business services, the applications visible to users, the websites, the mobile apps, the CRM systems, the system software, web servers, operating systems, database engines. That is the software part of it, which, of course, you need software engineers to handle that. The transport layer, the network systems which make communication possible, the physical storage layer, the data centers, servers, cloud storage, where the information is stored and saved. And then, of course, the content layer, the actual product listings, videos, and the text that the users interact with. If you think of a website like Flipkart, for example, the content layer is the product listing and images that you see on the app or on the website. The physical layer is the AWS cloud server. The transportation layer is the internet backbone and telecom network. The software is the web and the mobile app code that you have that keeps it running. And the service part is the e-commerce functionality and the logistics tracking that you are so used to. Apart from that, of course, there are other Processing elements like processing power, the computational power and logic needs needed to process data effectively. This processing capability occurs primarily within layers 1 and 2 of the SHAFI code, enabling real-time data handling and system responsiveness. Basically, how quick is the data updated in the system? You place an order, how quick the order starts reflecting in the order book, how quickly does the tracking part happen, how quickly is it processed, how can you track a live feed of that? That is very important. Then, of course, there are intelligence systems, additional processing capabilities that transform raw information into actionable knowledge. This intelligence component is integral to layer 1 operations, enabling data driven decision making and automated insights. This is basically the system collecting data at various click points where they accumulate the buying pattern, the browsing pattern of an individual. And when that buying pattern, browsing pattern of an individual is, is collected, that helps. See, that data then helps you to show the right kind of, you know, it helps you shop better. Because see, often you must have seen that, you are browsing for a book, okay, and then they say based on your past purchases, this is we recommend this book also along with the one that you are browsing. Or they might say that, in the past you purchased a t-shirt with size XL, now again you will purchase, so they give you, XL recommendations. Or they give you data like people who brought this also purchased this. So, you get that understanding, and that might tempt you to buy more, and this is exactly what these companies are doing. Now, today, we live in a world, where, see, intranet, of course, was a big deal when we started on those internal servers and in the internal organization-based network. So we would have these LAN wires. These LAN wires would connect our computers to each other in an office. They would also be connected to the central server. And from that central server, we could then access the data. So intranet is private internal networks that apply internet technology for employees within the closed space in an office. Okay, Infosys Lex at Infosys is a perfect Indian example of a learning platform where employees upskill online. Or Wipro's My Wipro portal connects 2 lakh employees worldwide for HR, payroll, and training. Globally, IBM Connections has done the same. Internet builds transparency, knowledge sharing, and speed, which is vital for leadership control and for culture. See, it creates that sense of shared belonging, and at the same time, it facilitates easy communication between people in the organization. Of course, companies use it for some silly things like talking about birthdays and, fireside chats and all of that. But yes, of course, it helps to keep the people connected with each other. Now, on the e-marketing front, the digital boom has not spared anyone. Marketing is where e-business actually touches the customer. So the principles of identifying, anticipating, satisfying customer needs remain the same, but the tools are digital. Search engine optimization, email marketing, social media, content marketing, influencer campaigns, all of them fall under e-marketing. Now, say suppose tomorrow I want to start my own ACCA institute and I want to make sure that my work reaches more and more people. So, what I will do is I will do something known as performance marketing. So, I will create an ad, maybe a 30-second video, which talks about a seminar or a webinar that I'm going to conduct. Now, what I will do is I will target this video to those people who browse the word ACCA on LinkedIn. Okay. Or not on LinkedIn, sorry, on Insta or on whatever social media app they are using. Once it knows what the keyword is, it takes the keyword and it sends it, basically then ensures that the ad reaches all of those who are who have browsed the word ACCM. Okay. So when that ad reaches those people, see, it charges me a certain amount every day, maybe 10,000 a day. But when it charges me 10,000 a day, it ensures that the ad has reached at least 5,000, maybe say 10,000 people every day. Now, the idea is that when I'm doing this performance marketing, I have paid to Meta or I have paid to Facebook. It is taking this ad to a 10,000 different people. And now these people are seeing that they might find it interesting. They will click on it. When they click on it, they will get the access to a webinar link. They will join the webinar and I will be able to connect with them and convert them into my students. Or search engine optimization, use of the right keyword so that, when you type best ACCA coaching in India, you will see the name of a certain institute. Now, It's not that they are best. We are not talking about that. They might be the best, they might not be the best. But the point is, they have paid enough money to Google that their name appears up there because of the right keywords. Like Nika or Mama Earth in India, they have built billion-dollar brands entirely through influencer content and data-driven marketing. Like Nike runs its own app ecosystem to directly engage millions of users. And coaching institutes and the best people out there have indulged in this kind of a connectivity with the audience so that they can make sure that their work reaches the maximum number of people. Okay. I mean, everything is under the e-marketing umbrella. You will be surprised to know that almost everything that you see, somebody has tracked your behavior and then they have started sending you data. I mean, the ads that you used to see featuring me, because you had followed my page or whatever it is, those were being targeted at you. Now they don't come for whatever reason. Let's not get into that, but yes, the fact remains. Now, let's understand what is pull marketing and push marketing. In traditional marketing, brands pushed their messages through TV or billboards. Digital marketing introduces pull, attracting customers when they search or show interest. For example, you Google best budget phone. Moments later, you see Flipkart ads for the same model on YouTube. Your action triggered the marketing. It's like, you were asking for it. There is this meme, you were asking for it, you were dying for it. It's the same thing. You asked for that information and now they will keep on bombarding you. Beach mein I searched best or affordable trips to some country. And then on Insta, on YouTube, everywhere I was getting the same ads. I was like, yeah, there is a limit to which you will, track my life and my activity. Sometimes I feel even your thoughts in your brain are not safe. The moment that comes in your mind, uh, they will find a way to grab that thought and, do something with it. It's very scary also at the same time. Okay. Then the six eyes of digital marketing: interactivity, two-way dialogue. Zomato's social media posts, and they're very cute. Okay. Zomato's social media posts sometimes are very interesting. Or sometimes, there are notifications. Uh, I don't know. So coincidentally, this day I was not in the best mood, and I got a push notification. We know you are not in the best mood, or we are facing Monday blues or something, and we are giving you 100 rupees ka discount on something. So that is interactivity. Then intelligence, real-time data insights. They track your behavior on the basis of what you are clicking, what you are even checking. You don't have to buy something, you just have to check it. Then individualization, personalization. Like Spotify, it will create custom playlists. I mean, YouTube creates playlists for me. So if I'm in the mood for, some sort of a Qawwali or Sufi song, I listen to two or three and then I get automated playlists, suggested playlists made by them. That's personalized for me. You will not get it. Then integration, online plus offline consistency. HDFC integrating mobile and branch experiences. Well, I hope State Bank also does it. Yeah. State Bank is probably the most rotten thing I ever visit whenever I am in my hometown. I have to because I have an account there, but their behavior is pathetic. Then, of course, industry restructuring, removing intermediaries, and Ola is bypassing taxi unions. Independence of locations. I mean, I'm sitting here and teaching you, and some of you might be in the UK, UAE, whatever it is, and yet it is helping me to reach so many more people. Digital brand management, see, everything is online and it is the world of trust and storytelling. See, customers cannot physically experience a product before buying, so brand reputation substitutes touch and feel. Amazon builds trust through customer reviews and easy returns. Tata New leverages Tata brand's heritage to reassure users in the digital space. Apple maintains strict brand coherence across websites, apps, and packaging. And brand management online requires consistency in tone and visual and values. Every tweet, every email reflects your brand promise. Why why do certain people insist that you tag them in LinkedIn posts? Because the more you tag them and you say, oh, this institute helped me to clear, or this faculty helped me to clear, sometimes even I ask for that, because how else will my work reach people, right? I think I do a good job, but how will people know that I'm doing a good job? I don't have so many students visiting me. Only you have to tell the others, right? Ki, okay, I studied this subject with him. It went well. Now, you do it because maybe sometimes some students like my work, sometimes I request them, whatever it is. In the other part of the world, people who have the money, they pay people for such reviews and they are paid reviews. And because they are digital, Of course, more and more people are able to connect with it. Now it takes so many forms: blog management, social media presence, email marketing campaigns, and all of this is necessary to build your existence, to make sure that you are a digital entity. Your digital footprint is probably more important than your physical footprint. There is customer loyalty. All of that can be generated if you are doing it online, but you need to make use of the right tools. You should know how it works. Flipkart, Oyo, Byju's, they became a household name because of what? SEO and social media. Sometimes, well, Oyo has become the name that it has become for all the wrong reasons. But yes, it is a name. Everyone knows what Oyo is. Well, the moment someone says Oyo, I'm like, okay, I'm not staying there. For what, of course, the reasons. But yeah, Byju's for the wrong reason. Flipkart, I really don't know. But I always find it to be in troubled waters in a certain sense. And when it comes to digital marketings and digital businesses, basically, what are the implications for the future? See, e-businesses reshape every element of corporate strategy, operations, and analytics. They improve automation, and analytics help you to improve efficiency. Capex to opex shift hai for cloud adoption. Then new skills in data management, user interface, cyber security. And again, with respect to compliance, also see, risks will go up, so will the measures to tackle those risks, right? So that continuous evolution is something that keeps you on your toes. If you are slow, you would miss the technology wave, and instead of riding on it, you will be crushed under it. See, integrating an online business with a traditional business is difficult, but it is necessary that you consider these factors, because online is the way forward. You cannot expect to survive in today's world if you are not quick enough to adapt, right? And naturally, see, technology does not replace leadership, okay? It magnifies it. It makes sure that your message reaches the right people without that getting filtered or tampered in the process. The future boardrooms, you will expect you to understand digital models, analytics, cybersecurity, along with the traditional knowledge of business that you have. Always ask yourself the question in the program, in the exam, by the way: does this technology align with strategy? What value does it create for stakeholders? And what governance controls protect that value? That's where true strategic leadership lies.